So what happens if you get a large neck through months of direct work, but then you stop training it? Well, it's quite simple. You lose most of your gains. Say bye-bye. Approximately 1 to 2 inches lost in neck size. Obviously, the longer you go off from neck training, the more size you're going to lose. But I would say realistically, you can probably expect to lose a good 2 inches. And trust me, I would know. I've tested this myself, and I've seen it with a lot of my subscribers who get lazy on the neck work. When you stop training your neck, you lose it. And that's why you have to train it year-round if you want optimal development. Now, I know there are some people who genetically have wide necks. And for those people, fuck you. I'm jealous. But besides that, if you actually had a small neck to begin with, right? Let's say you had a 14-inch pencil neck and you brought it up to 20 inches with a lot of direct work. You got very, very strong, and then you just stop. The good news, at least, is that you're not going to go back down to 14 inches. You're probably going to return to about 17, 18 or so. So it's not all that bad, but nonetheless, you have to recognize that you will 100% lose neck size if the way that you brought it up was with direct work. Again, if you naturally had a thick neck, you're not going to lose any size. But if you actually brought it up with direct work, you're going to lose the gains. That's why you have to train your neck year-round. Now, in terms of maintaining your neck size, what do you do if you build up to like 18, 19 inches and now you want to maintain it? You don't want any more because you're fearful of sleep apnea or whatever, right? Okay. Train your neck at least once a week. If you train it once a week, a high-volume workout, hitting all the angles, you're going to maintain all your size, no problem. But if you're lazy now, and you start doing half-assed neck workouts, the gains are going to go away. It's like, imagine if you're bicep curling 70-pound dumbbells, strict form, right? Then you stop training the biceps for the rest of your life. Well, in 5 years' time, you're probably going to have a very weak curl and small biceps to compensate for it. So it's the same thing with the neck. You have to isolate your neck for optimal results. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care what athlete you are. I don't care how good your genetics are. Anybody who isolates their neck will get much better results than if they didn't isolate their neck, including if you're running really good yoke training principles. In fact, I want to bring to your attention, folks, that in the majority of 2017, I barely did any neck work, right? But I was still doing a lot of pulls off the floor, and I was pulling off low blocks. And guess what? Despite all of that, despite adding so much weight to my pulls, my neck did not increase and it did not maintain. That's why I'm trying to state that you have to isolate your freaking neck. You absolutely have to isolate it. There's no question about it. This ain't a joke. If you watch my older videos, you'll see my neck was a little bit over 19 inches. It was massive. I was doing 90-pound neck curls for 100 repetitions. I maxed out the machine on the neck extension machine. Okay, I was doing some serious numbers, wrestler bridges with over 3 plates. Okay, I did all that. I had a huge neck. I stopped training it. I lost all the fucking gains for the most part. I lost a good 1.5, 2 inches. Okay, it's serious. So if you think that you could just build a big neck and then stop training completely and you're gonna maintain all your size, you're gonna be very disappointed when you start seeing that neck shrink. Trust me, I speak from a place of experience. So do yourself a favor and don't get lazy. Train it at least once a week if you want to maintain it. If you want optimal results, you want to get it thicker, train it a good 2 to 5 times a week and hit all the angles. Hit from the front, the back, and the side. Although front and the back are probably the most important. But one final thing that I'd like to mention though is that there is good news in all this, right? Muscle memory is a real thing. And once you build a respectable neck size, the nuclei will always be there. So once you start training it again, you'll probably rebuild your original size in like half the time. So it's not all that bad. So if it took you a year to get a 20-inch neck, maybe it'll take you 3 to 6 months to get it back again. So the good news is that the neck does come back fast because the nuclei is going to be very responsive. And you're just going to see the shrinkage are going to pile on, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. And you're not going to get that extreme soreness that you had. The zingers are not going to come back. So all that negativity that you had when you first started training your neck, it's never going to appear again because there is a permanent physical change. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you will never return to your former size. You're just going to lose about 2 inches or so. So at least you know that you're not going to lose everything, and that if you decide to train your neck again, it's going to come back rather quickly. And that's currently what I'm doing right now. I want to get it back to its original size like it was in 2016. It was fucking wide, bro. And you'll see, I'm going to definitely keep working on it. And yeah, just one step at a time. So I hope this clarifies things. Do not get lazy on your neck training. You will regret it. Take it from me. And with that, I'll talk to you all next time.